Cool, cool, cool. So, like you all probably saw in the group chat, or like I sent to you, there's changes in eBay. Now, doesn't mean it's not a bad thing. I just want to make that clear. It's not a bad thing. Reason being, there's going to be a lot less competition. When there's a lot less competition, there's a lot more money to be made on our end. So I've actually already started to see that, which is why I'm saying I mean, I've let you know we have had big days recently, and that's because there's a lot less people probably drop shipping. And so, cool. Damn, look at my face right now. That looks crazy. Wow. All right. They really gonna do me like that? Anyway, that's cool. I don't really care. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna talk over what we want to do with each account, and then I'm gonna let you guys assign where you want to go. Now, it can't be perfect. I understand that. I'm gonna try and accommodate things as best as I can. So, what I want to do is sort of describe each account, give you all the data on each account, and we'll go from there. So basically, this is the I don't even want to put Rockshop there. Yeah, I kind of have to. Yeah, I definitely have to. All right, and then second reg is the Sid shop. So here's the thing. This one's Mayla's account. That one's Arena's account. This one. So now basically, this is the thing. I'm sure you know we had another store, right? Unfortunately, it's no longer with us. So what we're gonna need to do. So what we're gonna need to do. This is horrible. It's gone. So what I want to say about this account is that we have a strike to that too. Um, so this account, dang, this account may be replaced with a new stealth account. I just got a PDF and like a whole, it takes like a 90-page book basically teaching how to make a stealth account and how to make sure all of that stuff is good. So I'm gonna read that, understand it to the degree that I need to in order to get that stuff popping. So here's the thing. There's basically two ways that we can do this, because now we have 8 accounts total, but we wanted to make this one Amazon. Well, here, this is what we'll do. Right. Sid Shop is going to be an Amazon account. Now, Sid Shop 2, this one's already done, so we're going to just hit a little space. Arslan, though, right? We're going to cut this out. We want to know if you're going to stick with this account, if you want to keep this account. If you do, great. If you don't, great. Either way, I want to know what you want to do. This account is brand new. It's got 6 listings. You can use it, definitely, and it'll definitely be helpful. But I mean, it doesn't have 6 listings. Well, let's see. This is great, but I need to freaking reorder it now because Walmart wanted to cancel my order. Isn't that great? All right. Yes, it is great. So Sid Shop, I want to say, is making sales. Damn near every account has made sales in the last couple of days. Only 2 accounts that haven't are Rockshop 19 and Rockshop 20, and those are the 2 accounts that are the most below standard. I don't think that's a coincidence. Here we go. Wait, sorry here. So okay. So I want to point some things out. This account is Arslan's account, right? I want to know what you want to do with this because I know you might be helping me out with Shopify very soon. So let me know what you want. Yeah, it only has 6 listings, but check this out, right? It only has 6 listings, but look how many orders it has. Oh, it has 6. It has 6 orders in the last 2 days, or 5 orders in the last 2 days. Look, January 16th, and these are decent profit. That's the profit right there. That's solid. That's solid. And then this one. Oh, this one was sold via promoted listing, but it was sold at a higher price. But it was sold via promoted listing, so it'll be around the same. And if we use a gift card, it'll be around $5, so that'll be solid. But oh, we might have to change that promo amount too. Um, cool. There's just a bunch of information going on here. You feel me? Um, but yeah, it doesn't have it. It's basically brand new. That's what I wanted to go over, and we want to get this account to like 30 or so listings. And actually, what I'm gonna have you guys do, what I want to propose, right? Like I don't want to start demanding. I want to start asking, like, what is the smartest way we should approach this? What does everybody want to do? Because you guys are freelancers, not employees, all right? What that means is freelancers, you guys get a say. You guys get to decide. You guys get to help me out in terms of deciding where we want to do things. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, I have the end, uh, like whatever. What is it called? Executive, whatever, right? I get to like decide at the end. Like I get director's cut. Type shit. But I want some help. I want some guidance. I want you guys to let me know what you're best suited for, what you're best interested in doing, because when you're most into what the work you're doing, you're gonna get the best outcomes. So yeah. So basically this is how these accounts are. Now this one I wanna say is still Mela. And Rockshop 20 I still wanna say is just because they've been on these accounts for so long. They've set these up for a while now. Um, Now, Rockshop 19, I want to be completely honest. That's probably the least desirable account of all of these. Just because right now, that's the one that I left like the worst. And honestly, Rockshop 20 is not too far from there. Rockshop 20 is probably number 2. But Rockshop 19, right? That's the one that I screwed up the most on, I'll say, because all 3 of these accounts now are below standard. This one is going to be out of standard in 2 days, it looks like. Rockshop 20 might have a chance, and I actually want to look at that right now. Rockshop 20 might have a chance, and here, this is the thing. We can list probably $2,500 more on Okie account. So do that. And if the average price is like what, 100? Let's say the average price is 100, right? Well, that makes it pretty easy. That tells us, all right, we can list 25 items. So we can list 25 items. List about 25 more items on here, so we'll get to around 30, and then we will go ahead and go from there. And Arslan, I want you to be doing that, and you'll be doing that probably very soon. Now, I want to check Rockshop 20, and I want to see if that account can get above standard by the end of this month. I mean, not the end of this month, by the next evaluation period. And the next evaluation period is in 2 days. I don't think it's going to be, but I still want to check, because who knows? But I'm also not too worried about this account because there's 172 listings. So there's a lot more listings on it. And it might have made a sale too recently. Nope, just a message. Mobile warming heated electric socks. Probably not going to reply to any updates. Yeah, I'm not going to reply to it. I'll reply to it. I actually need to check. Oh, dang, $100? Nah, I'm not going to ship that. We're going to actually check this real quick, but I'm also going to talk about the next account. So Rockshop 11 is probably like the best. Actually, no, Rockshop 18 or Rockshop 11. These are both very close in terms of what is the best account next, right? What is the next best account? So That's really tough. Now, so I want to go over everything. Sid Shop, we want this one is still going to be the Amazon account. This one may have been here. Let's actually put notes. May have been flagged as drop shipping. And same thing with all of these. So actually what we're going to do is we're going to go up here. Damn, bro. Now, in the long run, these may all be linked together. And so what I'm trying to do now is figure out how to keep that from happening, or how to figure out how to make new accounts where they wouldn't be flagged and they wouldn't be linked to me in any way at all. And that would allow us to a little bit more freedom, but also at the same time a little less freedom, in the sense that we're going to have to always sort of be actually here, let me do this. But yeah, we might have to use like VPNs and extra stuff, so we don't know. That's black. This is black. But so this is what we have right here. And this is the first sort of group of things. Then Sid Shop, I don't want to put in the same group as these three, but actually Pikachu, I want to put in the same category as Sid Shop, just because it looks a little bit different. So I want to sort of talk this through with y'all and see y'all's opinions on these ideas. Sounds so weird. All right, so what I think is smart is, if Arslan is going to have green, right, we need to also have Arslan on Rock Shop 19. I'm rhyming things right now. And then if we were to have, these are my ideas right now. Let me know if you all want something different. I'm going to show you another way we could switch things up. Right. All right. So this is an idea that we could do things. This is one way that we could do things. We don't need to make notes. The red and green shows everything. So red means these, like, okay, yellow really means may have been flagged. That red means below standard. And it's below standard accounts after Jan 20. Then dang, bro, why? Oh, now I want to be that way, huh? All right, bet. That's so annoying. I could do this. Bam. All right, cool. I didn't even see that before. Yellow and green. So Pikachu, I want to leave like a little bit of green on the end, just because we don't know, and it's like the newest account. Um, and then Sid Shop is like just a tad of green just because it's ahead of these accounts in terms of views. But RockShop 18, like it's still in decent shape, and RockShop 11 is just unproven so far. But it may have been flagged. We just don't know. So that's why those are like, eh, we just don't know. But this one I want to give a little bit more green just because I'm a little bit more optimistic about this store. But also Pikachu has been shut down 3 times already. So if that's the case, we're testing out watermarks on this account and we're seeing if that works. But if it doesn't, then we'll learn from it essentially. And we might have to make another. We might have to add Pikachu down here. That might be the case with what happens with eBay in the long run. And then that account may be replaced. Now, what's great is actually these accounts are probably still, even though they're below standard, they're probably the most secure. So I want to put Arslan. Question mark. Where's the question mark? Okay, definitely Rowena is going to stay there. So we're going to make this bold. We're going to make this bold. Arslan, I don't know. I don't know. That's going to be bold. And then 18. Kind of want to make it here bold as well, but you know, if Mela, if you want to leave from RockShop 18 and let's say work on 19 or something, like this is the thing. This is what I want y'all to think. Like these accounts right here are kind of in the same boat. These accounts will be great accounts once they're out of being, what's it called? Below standard. But these accounts also, like they are gonna be, like it's gonna take some work, but they're the most secure accounts because they will not, almost certainly will not be shut down because of the long history, especially in RockShop 20 and especially in RockShop 18. Now RockShop 11 is probably pretty solid as well, just because it's very like it has a solid sales history, which is longer than all the rest of the accounts below it, and it has all of my information. Now Pikachu is not my own information. It's a lot of it is my own information, but some of it is not. It's under a different name. And this account's been shut down 3 times. So I'm still very optimistic about it because it's a new account. It's never been listed with software, so it probably is getting good views. The only thing is that we're just testing out one more strategy and another strategy. If those don't work, then this account might actually, and along the way, this account might actually get suspended indefinitely, just like Go Gina. Sid Shop, I want to use this as the new Amazon account. This one probably has just like around RockShop 11 stability. The only thing is it's also not in my name. So these accounts, very, very secure. These accounts, it's iffy. Sid Shop 2 is pretty solid. Sid Shop 2 is maybe our best account, but at the same time, it does not have my information. So that might be a red flag. Okidoke is in the same boat. It has a decent sales history right now. We want to definitely increase that by a lot more. It's probably got like $400 in sales, but we want to increase that definitely. Actually, I don't remember how much. It was like 6. It was like 6 sales. So it might be less than 400. It might be like $300 in sales, maybe even 200. But this account, it has some sales history, and it's a new account, and it's my own information, and it's a lower restriction, so it literally can't sell that much. It literally can't. So it's less stress and less red flags are going to pop up on eBay and things like that. So basically, that's how we have the accounts. There's different ways we can do things. I want to make sure that you understand. Mela is going to stay on this account. We can add somebody over there. What we can do instead is we can have Sid Shop actually be taken off. So what we could do is this, and then I don't have anybody there, and I have Aram somewhere on one of these stores to help out. Now we could do this, and this way RockShop 19 bounces back as quick as possible. RockShop 20 is going to be okay. So actually I want to put a little bit of yellow. It's going to be okay a little bit sooner, right? So we can still be a little bit more optimistic about RockShop 20 than 19, just because RockShop 20 is going to be over a little bit sooner. Now, RockShop 19, it still may have been flagged for software, but there's actually a much smaller chance than RockShop 20, because RockShop 20 was making a lot more sales, essentially. And RockShop 19 was actually doing good in terms of traffic, but in terms of sales, it's just not there. So I don't know. test some things some more. We'll figure some more things out. It'll take some time, but you know, whatever. So yeah, let me know what you want to do with these. Let me know if it's option 1 that you wanted to do, which was the option 2 minutes ago or whatever, or this option right here. And we can of course switch around the names. If you guys have any ideas at all or any suggestions as to where you want to be, you can send that in the group chat or send it to me personally, and I won't tell anybody else what you said or anything that, like, anything about the ideas that you have, just so that you don't have to worry about anything like that. And we'll try, and I'll come to the conclusion on where it's smartest to have everybody at, and then I'll give you guys some more direction on that. So now, after we leave the accounts like that, what we want to do is page break, insert horizontal line. That works too. And then what we want to do is tracking info. Or actually, you know what? Let's talk about listings. So listing, list as normal in old list accounts. What I mean by this is, I'm going to copy these all again. No, I'm not. What I mean by that is Rockshop accounts. Actually, that's exactly what I mean. In Rockshop accounts. And in Sid Shop 2. And because Sid Shop 2 is one of the best accounts, Rowena, I'm sorry, but that's just how, like, I think fairness works. Like, you need to be on one of either Rockshop or 20 or 19, just because it balances things out. Because you're going to be getting a whole, like, you're already getting a whole bunch of sales from Sid Shop 2. And I didn't forget, Aram also helped you out with setting up the Sid Shop account, like, listings. So she's actually responsible for some of those sales too, which is why I want to make sure that she can either get 2 yellow accounts, like right in here, or like, that was because that was option 1. Like, we had she could get Sid Shop, because Sid Shop is getting better views than all of the Rockshop accounts, maybe even combined. Nah, I don't want to go that far, but it's definitely getting more views than all of the rest of the Rockshop accounts. So this one is a good idea to have Aram on, and Aram on Rockshop 11, because Rockshop 11 recently has actually been doing pretty good, and it only has 32 listings, and it has a history of being freaking amazing before. But they cut the listing views down for some reason. But I just called recently, and they might have taken down. I don't know. There's a lot going on, but this account might be cool. So yeah, like, please let me know about any sort of ideas regarding this. If Aram, you want to go on Rockshop 19 with Arslan, because that might be a really smart thing to do with Rockshop 19, because it has 80 listings right now, and if we can bump that up in the next month to like 300 something, 400 something, this account would come back very quickly, and that would be nice, honestly. Especially with these more dropshippers dropping off, no pun intended, because eBay has changed their policy now. I got a strategy that'll fix that, and the reason I made this little tab right here is because here's the thing. Here, stop adding. Don't add tracking info on new stores. What I mean by that is on Okidoke. Okidoke is okay. That's actually funny. If you haven't caught that, Okidoke is okay. That's hilarious. What we want to stop doing it on is Pikachu. Alright. And really just Pikachu. So the tracking info, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start uploading tracking images or tracking numbers and stuff from my own post office. I'm just going to send people postcards. And what that's going to do is, one, it's going to give eBay a tracking number. Cool. Two, it's going to show eBay that I'm not dropshipping in the way that to them, at least now, is illegal. So to eBay right now, it's illegal to dropship from other retailers. And what that means is once they buy the item from you, then if you go to the store and buy the item and ship it directly to them, that's against the policy. So the way that they can check that is by looking at the tracking numbers and seeing, okay, it was sent from Alabama here, and it was sent from Mississippi here, and it was sent from Maine over here, and it was sent from all of these different addresses across the US. And if this person really had these items in their own physical possession, it would actually be sent from only one address. So something's going on here, and what eBay will do is suspend your account. They're going to check with you some other things, and they might actually blatantly ask you, why did you have items shipping from here, from here, from here, and from here? And if you can't answer that question, boom, your account gets suspended. So we don't want to do that. So what that requires us to do is we're going to start, doing some stuff with postcards and things like that. And I'm going to start adding all of the tracking numbers myself until we can figure out how to get you guys onto that. And I still need to learn this method. I was actually thinking I was going to be able to find it out on Facebook before, but I couldn't actually find it. I'm actually going to put a post right now up asking about that. I need to do a little bit more research myself, but I'd like if somebody could just tell me, because that'd be so much freaking easier. Um, but whatever. Maybe somebody will just tell me. We'll figure that out. Now, in the meantime, what I got to do is I got to learn how to make these stealth accounts. I might make one. I might not. We'll figure that out. I'm going to learn how to do Shopify stuff, and that's going to be a whole other demon. That's going to be a whole other business for me. So I'm going to have to learn a whole bunch of other stuff just because I want to be secure. You feel me? Like I want to stay positive, but I also want to keep the worst case scenario in mind. And if eBay was to fall or to cancel it for whatever reason, stop working, right? I need to be able to make sure that I'm able to take care of myself. Now, I don't expect eBay to drop in any way for us, just because I know we can work around different things, and I know I got a group of 80 different drop shippers who are all killing the game, and we're going to know how to make stealth accounts. So once I figure out how to make stealth accounts and things like that, even if these accounts that we have currently get shut down, well, I know how to fix that problem and add more accounts and use them that are not linked with me in any sort of way. We'll use a dedicated IP address. We'll use a VPN. We'll basically become invisible to the internet. And then we're going to create different identities or aliases, and then we will be able to make just as much money from there as well. So don't worry, is what I'm breaking this all down to. We'll figure eBay out. But at the same time, if it's not making money, right, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest reason why I'm on Shopify, right? If it's not making money, I need to be able to pay for things myself. I have no intention of quitting eBay, though. Even if eBay stops making money, we're going to bring it right back, right? Because we've come this far not to just come only this far. We've come this far to keep on freaking going. And I want y'all to know that. So we're not going to slow up with eBay in the slightest at all. So I want y'all to know that. Cool. So, let's also talk about Amazon items, because on RockShop 11 and on RockShop 19, we want there to be 4 items per day listed, right? And on RockShop 11, I want there to be 4 items per day listed. Now, if we use RockShop 11 as a main account now for Aram, then we won't have to worry about that. But if she does want to get on Sid Shop, then that changes some things. So here's basically what I'm thinking. This is how I've broken everything up. So let's say we did it this way, right? Let's say we broke everything up this way. Let's say we broke this up this way, right? These are the accounts that we need to list. These are the older accounts, right? These are the older accounts that we need to list more. This one we want to list more because we want it to become above standard again. This one we want to list more because it just has less listings. It has 32 listings or something. This account has a lot more listings. That's why, and it's coming out of below standard very soon. So we're not really too worried about RockShop 18. Now RockShop 19 is very low. I already said that. RockShop 20, not too worried. It has 172 listings, just damn near as much as RockShop 18. Only thing is, it's going to take some more time to get out of the lower standard, just because if it's below standard, it's not going to make as many sales. And if it's not making as many sales, then it's not going to decrease that defect rate, because the defect rate is divisible by the total amount of. We can get into all the math. Just know that RockShop 20 is going to be a little bit longer. But at the same time, because it has more listings already, and because it already has a little bit more momentum and sales in general than RockShop 19, RockShop 20, we only need to list 2 items per day. Now, because Mela and Rowena will only be listing 2 items per day, and Arslan and Naram will be listing 4 items per day, what I want to do is Mela and Rowena find 2 Amazon items per day. What that means is 20 total items, Amazon items per week. What that allows us to do is it allows us to test out Sid Shop. I'll call it Sid Shop 1 or Sid Shop 2Ps, Sid Shop double P, right? This is going to be our Amazon account. And so if Sid Shop double P is going to be our Amazon account, then either Aram, you can list on that account and you will list those Amazon accounts, or you can just find those Amazon accounts yourself. Not Amazon accounts, Amazon listings yourself. There's different things that we can do, but we want to test Amazon on Sid Shop only. So that leaves some open doors, open questions, and things like that for that account. And so we'll need to figure that out. Another thing that we could do, because Amazon listings, if we want to test them, it might be like, this is the reason I want to put it on Sid Shop, because Sid Shop gets more views, right? If we want to test the Amazon items. But RockShop 11 could probably use the Amazon accounts, or the Amazon items maybe the most, or RockShop 19. RockShop 11 might be good because we need to test RockShop 11's traffic anyway. RockShop 19 actually probably has better traffic than RockShop 11, but RockShop 11 has better sales for whatever reason right now. So it's weird. It's a double, like it's a two-edged sword, really. So like, that's why I'm saying, like, these accounts don't have a whole lot of difference between them. Just it might be just easiest for everybody to stick where they are and keep Arslan, instead of listing on RockShop 19. Actually just pull him, and he's on Sid Shop and Okidok, and he's barely doing anything on Sid Shop. He'll be listing the items that Rowena and Mela find for Sid Shop. But the thing about Sid Shop is it's not going to have any software. RockShop 11 will have software. That's what I was going to say before. But Sid Shop, factor that in. RockShop 11 has software. Sid Shop does not. Okay. But Arslan could be the Amazon account lister, so he'll just list the Amazon accounts very quickly. If we link to that with DS Genie or something like that, or maybe we just keep it manual and we just keep it doing that way. It doesn't matter to me. And then what we would do is have Arslan help me out with the Shopify store. So that way Arslan is listing on Okidok, but Okidok is going to fill up very soon. And then Sid Shop, he would just be listing very quickly. And that might free him up. So I don't know. There's a couple of different questions, a couple of different ideas I have. I want y'all to help me out with deciding upon that. So basically, this is pretty much done. I want to basically have Mela and Rowena find 2 Amazon items per day. Total is 20 per week. If you need some help from me, I'm going to actually have an Amazon sellers list that I'm going to add to this spreadsheet. So there's an Amazon listings spreadsheet right here in the variation listings sheet. That's dumb. I wanted the Amazon seller. Hit pause. Dang, really? All right, here we need to move it. All right, bet. Um, so I'm gonna add like probably 100 or so Amazon sellers here as soon as I can. At the same time, keep in mind I'm very, very, very busy. I might be more like I thought I was busy before. I'm very busy now just because I'm doing a lot of different adjustments and things like that, and learning a whole lot right now as well, and trying to keep my money coming in for myself on the personal level. So I'm working like 40 hours a week myself on top of doing the business. So I'm doing a whole lot. Best believe, best believe I'm busy. You feel me? And I'm shipping all these orders out and handling customer service for all 8 accounts because we used to have 9, now we have 8, unfortunately. But I just want y'all to know I'm doing a lot. I'm working hard so that we can get everything working for y'all, so that y'all can get more hours and y'all can work as hard as me and never sleep. That's the goal. I'm just kidding. Um, but the goal is to have everybody make as much money as possible. So with the tracking info, just be ready to stop uploading tracking information. Pikachu, we don't want to have it, and I want to say for Okidoke account, we don't want to have it, but at the same time, we want to have tracking numbers for those sales just because that's going to help us. Now, I'm saying no for Pikachu because I'm putting that pressure on myself, because once we start making sales on Pikachu, I'm going to need to know how to do this postcard stuff so that I can use those tracking numbers and things like that. So but I only want to do it on one account. I want to test things first. That's how I'm sure you've seen. I want to test things first before I start going into anything crazy. Now, here's the thing with the listings, though. On all other accounts, and I'm going to show you a picture. So example is right over here. What we want to do, I'm going to go to my messages with one of y'all. Like I said, I'm about to start a video on changes we're making in business, and we'll get everyone listening again in a few minutes, just because that's true. You feel me? What is going on, bro? Really? Computer actually froze. Okay, it actually is good now. Dang, that's crazy. Um, I don't even remember what I was doing because. Okay, yeah, I was going to messages. Cool. So, bam. This is what we want to start doing for all images. And if you don't know how to do this, I need you to contact me so that we can get that stuff going. Because it's very, very important. Okay? Seriously. We want the images to look like this. It has a little thing on the top. This is right here. We actually want to probably move this up a little bit and probably crop the image like right around here, just so that the fast shipping is covering a little bit of the bed. It's not anything important on the bed, but it's covering a little bit of the bed. And then this thing, we want to cover a little bit of the bed as well, just like the top. Like we'd want it to be like right here. And then we want this to be parallel with it, of course. And we could actually probably crop the image. Or if we didn't want to crop the image, that's fine too, but it would look weird otherwise. But that's what we want to do. We want to cover up some of the main image. We want to move these things as like we want them in the corners, but we at the same time want them as close to the middle as possible without being obnoxiously covering the image. Pikachu may be able to go diagonal, and we could put it like a little bit like we could put the opacity up. I mean the transparency up so that it's able to see through a little bit, but also it's covering the main image. Or we'd want to like shoot it downward like this, like in this direction, so it's covering even more of the bed. But we want to experiment with that, and we want to basically cover the images with a little bit of the watermark like we're doing. So this one, same thing. We want Pikachu to show up. We want this image to be on there so that Google may get thrown off when they try to search this image. Like if they try to search this image on Google now, right? It probably will still show the main image anyway, but see, it's a lot harder. And that looks like it's the same image, but we also moved it sideways. And it makes things a little bit easier, basically. The thing with eBay is that the stock images are okay, which the account that we are testing is getting suspended because we're using stock images, which is completely dumb, in my opinion, because it's clearly written in policy. You can have stock images if it's for new items. So I'm going to figure out how we can go around that. And this is just one step of doing that potentially. So that's why I want to also cover up the other accounts. So make sure just, we can start doing that kind of stuff as well. So that's pretty important. And actually what's very important about doing that is that we also move the images through Photoshop as well, because what that does is if it's on Photoshop, it gets rid of all of the other data on the listing on images, because the images themselves actually contain data. I never even knew this. You can actually do this if you go to the eBay source. If you go to the item, let me show you. This is crazy. And this is the stuff eBay is using to find if dropshippers are dropshipping or not. It's just one way that they're doing this. So we can just grab any random listing. Let me grab this one, right? I'm just going to go to this listing. Watch this. We go to view page source, right? I don't know if I have this. So here we go. Control find in SR. So this is good. We want it to say eBay because sometimes it'll say Walmart or something else. And if it does, that's a problem. Now, this image may have been sent through our own. Like if we're downloading the image, then that's fine. Then that's perfect, actually. Now I need to see what else the image has. Like this is good because we want it to always say eBay static and not some other website. If it was to say any other website on any of these, then I would be concerned. Actually, what did that say? P.eBay static. Okay. Perfect. So it's all coming from eBay, which is good. Image source, and then what else is it? Image roll? No. Image ID. Okay, eBay static. Cool. So I bet you've never seen this stuff before. Maybe you have. Maybe you're better. Like you're more advanced than me. I don't know. But all I know is that this kind of stuff matters. If we have it going through paper, if we have all the images going through Photoshop, then we're definitely not gonna have to worry about that. That's all I know. So I want to do the things that I know. I want to stick to that, and I want to stick to making sure that the EXIF data on the images, where it might show the location, it might show other things as well that I don't even know how to search for in there. That data is all stored in there, and that's stuff eBay can obviously have access to, and that's how they can start flagging accounts. If they're like, oh, this picture was taken in Canada, but this person is selling items in the U.S. and their business is based in Kansas, right? Then it's like, all right, well, that's just weird. It doesn't make sense, and so we're gonna flag them because that's just not lining up. It's a red flag, and then they'll suspend the account. They'll make sure that you have to call them, and then on the phone they'll break the news to you that your account is indefinitely suspended. That's what exactly happened to me. So I don't want to have to deal with that anymore, obviously. So yeah. That's just about it, I think, on this video. I pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover. I wish it didn't have to be 45 minutes long, but hey, we covered a lot of good information here. Now we want to move forward. Basically, everybody can list again as normal. Everybody can do everything they were doing before. There's just a couple of things. So on the non-Sid Shop 2 accounts and on non-Ron Shop. And actually, so what this means is this account we want to use watermarks. Peak we want to use watermarks, and then for that's it. So if you don't understand how to do this, this is Arslan right here, and this is Mela. And so Arslan, let me know if you want to learn how to do that watermarking stuff, and we'll figure that out. And actually, Rowena, I want you to do that as well. I'm sorry, I'm indecisive, I know, but you know what? I think that's the best decision at the end of the day, to be completely honest, because this is a new account. It's unverified in a lot of ways. We don't want to just leave the door open for the images being a problem. Now, the images might not be a problem, and so, well, we probably will be fine if, as long as we continue to do things as we're doing. But you know what? I'm sorry. I'm an asshole. I really am. We actually are going to keep Sit Shop here because I realized the images. That's tough. Rowena, message me actually. Message me. We'll figure that out. Because there's two things that I'm thinking of already, and I don't want to say them all out loud. Mostly just because I like being secretive sometimes. It makes people perk up and listen to me a little bit more, but at the same time, there are two things that I am concerned with on that account and that I want to discuss with you, and so we can find out what's the best direction we can take that account, because at the end of the day, it is your account that you're listing on and that you're managing, and so I don't want to make a risky decision without your consent, and I don't want to make a decision that requires you to put in a little extra work on every single listing without your input. And same thing with well, with Pikachu, we kind of have to test it because the other way isn't working, period. But on Okidoke, I think that's the smartest way to handle that account, just because there's a lot less sales and a lot less proof so far of that account. And the watermarks we could add for just right now, and we can test through Sid Shop to see if that's fine with new accounts and things like that. And as Okidoke gets more sales and as Pikachu gets more sales, we can actually probably stop using the watermarks as well, because then they'll stop flagging our accounts, because I think the flags just have to do with the newly created accounts. So there's a whole bunch of stuff playing into those factors. Yeah. So tracking info, like I said, we're good on that. Let me know if you have any questions. I don't want to keep this video going when there's not much else to say. So that's all I will let y'all know about moving forward, when to cancel using tracking information, and also for these accounts when to stop using watermarks. Everybody else lists as normal in the other accounts. Here's how many items we want to list, and then everybody get back to me on what accounts you think would be the smartest way to divvy these up, because there's 8 accounts now, and we definitely want to have one where we're testing an Amazon account, because I want to test this one software that's actually changing Amazon tracking numbers. But at the same time, I actually might start using the post cards for all the tracking numbers. So we want to test some things out. If we can have Amazon right there, and then we can still use just different tracking numbers by sending postcards, then shoot, we might do Amazon all the time. But at the same time, we don't want to have Amazon canceling our orders. So we got to find a balance with Amazon. So yeah, that's all of that stuff. And now the video is officially over.